I've been here since March 2013. I arrived on Paddy's Day.
I came here when I was quite young.
I came in New Zealand in 2008, so that was 8 years ago.
I've been in New Zealand 7.5 years, so I arrived on the 1st of March 2010.
Now that we've looked into the country's current immigration status, it's time to get to know the diverse range of people that call New Zealand home. This is the changing faces of Aotearoa. People from more than 185 countries migrate to New Zealand each year, diversifying the Kiwi way of life. In fact, New Zealand is now one of the most ethnically diverse countries in the world. We now have the opportunity to experience a range of different cultures in our own backyard. Diwali, the Festival of Lights, is one of the biggest celebrations of Indian culture. This is Sean. He's an immigrant from India, spreading his passion for Bollywood dance around the country.
I'm from Mumbai in India, and I think our culture revolves around music, dance, huge religion factor, and I guess food. These four things really make up our culture.
Sean moved to New Zealand when he was young.
Coming here, we just got a lot more opportunities to really grow, I think, as individuals, and I guess in our careers as well for my parents. For me, it was a very better education.
Sean teaches Bollywood at his dance school in Christchurch, and the unique style of dance has proved not only popular within his own culture, but also with native Kiwis.
I think it's a huge part of Bollywood, and that's why people love it so much, and I guess New Zealanders is just so intrigued and they love it, hence why.
More than 150,000 Indians live in New Zealand, according to the last census, and the number is only growing.
We've got different religions, different languages within India, so it doesn't really, even though we are Indians, we're so different between each other, and yeah, it's just growing day by day.
And just like the Indian community, the Irish community is also growing. Events such as Gaelic football, hurling tournaments and social get-togethers are just some of the ways the Irish community connect with one another and bring a little bit of their home to this part of the world. Post-Christchurch earthquake, the Irish population rose dramatically, with the construction industry recruiting workers to help meet demand.
I wanted to work over here was because Fletchers came over to Ireland and kind of highlighted what they needed and the skills and set base and what had actually happened. So that's what piqued my interest, and I came across and worked for Citycare. Fiona
is now a permanent resident in New Zealand and says Irish migrants are generally made to feel welcome.
After the earthquake and that, there has been a few little bits and pieces that have come up in the media. One or two little poor experiences we had doesn't echo the loveliness of all the people that we've met, which has been amazing.
So when I first came, there was an awful amount of Irish here. You go to the pubs and you meet different people. So I've been here for 4 years, so roughly every 2 years you see a new change, people come and go. Luckily, like getting involved in the GA, it means that you kind of like-minded people who have the same passion about sport and that kind of stuff, so it's pretty strong, I think. It's pretty strong.
Irish events like the Gaelic football tournament are important to the community for a number of reasons.
So I'm very passionate about making sure that our culture and that does survive, I guess, from an immigrant capacity, and very much now, especially now that I have a daughter and she's a Kiwi, I want her to make sure she knows where we come from. But it's not just about It's about bringing together the Irish that are here, but also celebrating our culture with other nationalities. So it's just about sharing what's important to you and bringing that little bit of home with you, even though you couldn't be further away from it.
As well as sharing their culture with New Zealanders, the majority of immigrants contribute to the economy by working in industries such as farming and construction. Nathan Curry is a dairy farm owner in Staveley. He regularly employs migrants to work on his farm.
Yeah, so we've got a structure. The manager's a New Zealander, then the 2IC, Freddie, he's from Colombia, and then Regis, he is from Brazil, and Thomas is from Uruguay, and then we've got a part-time Irishman here as well. So we're multinational here, I tell you.
Ron Angel is the industry coordinator from Etu and sees thousands of immigrants work in the construction industry in Christchurch.
What we understand is it's somewhere between 5,000 and 8,000, but the number varies, of course.
Compared with New Zealanders, immigrants are more likely to face challenges in the workplace due to visa and cultural barriers.
The biggest thing is the year-by-year visas they have to keep reapplying for. I think it's personally inhumane to drag someone along like that.
I think the biggest issue that they've found is two issues. They've found communication is one. So while they can read a drawing and understand it, when someone says something to them in Kiwi vernacular or slang, they don't understand what's going on. And then the other problem is, even though I said they bring in a wide range of skills, a lot of the time if you've been working on a huge, 100-storey skyscraper in Bahrain, for example, trying to translate the skills that are needed there for a 3-storey building here in Canterbury, it's a different world.
Etu's job is to help immigrants to fit into the New Zealand work environment and watch out for pitfalls.
We represent workers and look after the terms and conditions of employment so people are exploited. I think for migrant workers, they're more vulnerable to exploitation because if they are concerned about raising issues that they may get sent home.
And it's important we keep immigrants here because the New Zealand work industry and economy needs them.
Mid-Canterbury's got like a 2% unemployment rate in Mid-Canterbury, so we just don't have the people there to do the jobs. So hence we have to get outside help. They're amazing people, great workers, reliable. So yeah, no, very fortunate.
We would not have been able to do the rebuild without the numbers of migrant workers that have come to Christchurch and Canterbury to help and assist. It would not have happened as quickly as it has happened and as successfully as it has happened.
Esther's from Singapore. She's experienced a number of challenges being a migrant in New Zealand.
I have friends who get asked, even though they were born here, where are you really from? So that sort of subtle racism and sort of it offends us. But sometimes the people that are asking, they aren't aware of it. There is a lot of undertones of like you don't belong here, and like some people just don't even talk to you.
To help combat this, Esther created a group called Modern Migrants.
So I wanted to start a group to offer support and encouragement for other women like me, because it's a very lonely process, especially if you don't have family here. There's a lot of people that come here without family, and they get very lonely, and depression is an issue as well. So my goal is to combat that and offer them support, and also combat the issues and stigma with migrants and that sort of thing.
And Esther has a solution to ensure immigrants are made to feel welcome.
I think it's more educating people on what subtle racism is, and like what do you say to someone instead of saying where are you from, saying where do you call home. So just rephrasing things.
So there we have it, a closer look into the lives of a number of New Zealand's immigrant communities. In the next episode, we investigate what Kiwis really think about immigration and how it impacts their day-to-day lives. This is the Changing Faces of Aotearoa.